YouTube, Rook here from Rook, Geek, Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool. And welcome, guys, to the Funko review. A different sort of Funko review, a much larger Funko review, as you see to the guy next to me right here. I'm going to be taking a look at the Funko 10-inch Walmart exclusive Deadpool red and black version here. Now, this came out during Black Friday at Walmart exclusively, as you can see right by the sticker right over here. And it had a price point of $20 US. Normally goes for about $30. Now, this pop has come out before, but in a smaller scale. And I have an analog, which I always talk about scale. I'm bringing in my other Deadpool right here, which is a PF exclusive, which him in his sort of suit, his tuxedo. So you can see the difference of scale, which we'll talk more about in the breakdown segment of this video, because I always like to talk about scale. I think it's a very, very important factor in this pop if you want to get this for your collection. Now, when Walmart released this on Black Friday, again, price point was $20. It came in 5 variations. I'll put up a picture so you can see what it looks like right now. You had the red and black one, which has the gun down and the thumb up, which is what this one is right here. You have a red and black one with 2 swords down. You have a gray one, a blue one, and you have a gold one. All in the 10-inch scale, all variations of that either pistol and the thumb up or the double swords down pose. I think it's very, very cool to give us that amount of variety and variations to this pop on Black Friday. So I'm going to do a full breakdown segment, but I'm pulling the camera back a little bit further so we can get the entire pop in screen, so I don't have to kind of crop it or cut it in a very, very weird way. As we talk about a breakdown, we'll look at the packaging as a whole. We'll look at paint articulation and conclude final thoughts for you, the viewer. Should you spend the money and pick up this awesome 10-inch Funko Walmart exclusive Deadpool pop in the red and black? Stay tuned, guys. We'll go into a breakdown. All right, guys, we're in a breakdown segment looking at the Funko 10-inch Deadpool Walmart exclusive pop that came out during Black Friday 2019. And the very first thing we always do in a breakdown segment is look at packaging and presentation. Again, this is a 10-inch pop. I've done 10-inch reviews before. I did one for the Ragnarok Hulk and for the Tyrannosaurus Rex for Jurassic Park. Those ones I had the actual pop in the small scale. I don't have this pop in its smaller scale, so I'm going to use this guy again as an analog, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. This is the PF exclusive Deadpool in his tuxedo, so you can see the sense of scale, and that's very, very important, at least to me, and hopefully to you guys, the viewers. So we'll take him out of the shot for right now. We'll talk more about that guy later. The packaging is identical to a standard size pop, just scaled up taller. You have the pop icon right here. You have Deadpool listed across the top. You have number 544, which is the same number that the standard size pop would have come in. Great window box display, so you can see Deadpool within. A nice shot of Deadpool on the bottom here. Does say Deadpool listed on the bottom in text, and you have the all-important Walmart sticker right there. Put him back on my turntable here. On this side, very cool side packaging. You have the sort of red and black motif, which is his face. The little red icons is the Deadpool face, which is his logo. You have another shot of Deadpool right here. When you flip it this way, it does say Deadpool right there, standard size like a normal pop would be. And the back of the packaging, if you see that red and black, which I talked about, a side shot of him right here, the Deadpool logo, it does say Deadpool right here. And one thing I didn't mention is the Marvel logo right there. But all in all, this is your standard size, well, standard sort of design for a Funko Pop, just blown up bigger in scale, as I said, compared to something like this. So let's get this guy out of packaging and continue the breakdown segment. All right, guys, we have our 10-inch Deadpool pop out of packaging. The very first thing we do when we take a pop out of packaging is look at the paint and articulation. Again, he's sporting the traditional Deadpool colors, the black and white eyes, the red outfit, the brown trim, the black on the boots. He does have a silver weapon, and he has the thumb up pose. Looks very, very good. I'll kind of spin him this way so you can see. Very, very similar to this side. On the back, he has a little tuft of the mask, kind of tucked right there. All Deadpool pops usually will have something like that. From this side, looks very, very good as well. Again, no blemishes on the paint. He does sport the Deadpool logo right there on his belt. One reason why I went with this one, as I said at the beginning of the video, is sort of because he has his sword sculpted in place. I could have had the double sword pose, which I had both pops there on the shelf. I went with this one because I thought it just looked more traditional to Deadpool for me. And I don't have this guy in this pose in the standard size Deadpool. So let me bring in my little buddy here, who, as I mentioned before, he is our little analog, so you can see the difference in scale. And I really talk about that. I sort of hit that home. I hammer that point across in this video because scale is a big important piece of this pop, really, because if you wanted this pop, you want something big and cool sitting on your shelf next to, let's say, your normal size pops. Especially if you're a Deadpool fan, this might be something you want to get your hands on. Again, you can pick multiple variations or colors depending on what you really wanted. Again, I gravitated to this particular one. I could have gotten both. Price point wasn't that bad. As I mentioned before, about $20 US. So you can really see the difference in scale between both Deadpools here. Let me spin around to the back here so you can see what I'm talking about. But you can see the sheer difference in scale, which to me is very, very important. But I think it's a very, very cool looking pop, all things considered. So let's bring him out of the shot right now and focus on really the last point that we have to talk about is the articulation. You see him bobbling right here. All pops, regardless of scale or size, have to be a bobblehead. It's a special type of agreement that Funko has with both Marvel and Disney for their Star Wars pops. They have to make them bobbleheads. It's some type of thing in their contract. Even in this scale, he is a bobblehead. So let's take away my turntable and I'll hold him here so you can see what I'm talking about. This head will not move. It is bobbling. You see it shaking. Very similar to the analog I'm using here, my little tuxedo Deadpool. Now, one thing about that I think is kind of cool with this particular guy is he has a massive spring. I'm going to hopefully get it on shot so you can see what it would look like. Hopefully you can see it there. It is a really, really, right there, good, right there, you'll see the spring right there. Very, very big, massive coil. And this makes the articulation a little bit easier to work with compared to this one right here. It's a thicker coil and you can really move the head in a position. So I can move the head like this. Heck, I can turn the head 360, which is kind of unheard of for a bobblehead, to get it back sort of in position without really messing anything up with this pop. And I do like that. I do think, again, I'm not a big bobblehead fan, and I think that you can adjust the head to your liking is very, very important, at least to me. So I think that's a very cool factor to have on these 10-inch pops. I'm assuming all of the pops, all the variations will have a spring similar to the one you see before you here. And the last thing I did want to talk about again was the sculpted swords. I think it looks very, very good. But all in all, if you're looking for a really cool pop in the 10-inch scale, I think this Deadpool here should be the pop you should focus on. And with that being said, let's go to final thoughts and wrap up this video. Okay, final thoughts on the 10-inch Funko Walmart exclusive Deadpool pop, the red and black version here. I really, really like this pop. If you're looking for a really cool 10-inch pop for your collection, I would go with one of the traditional red and black colors. Either this one you see here, which has, of course, the gun down and the thumbs up, or the double katana down pose. I think both those are really cool, both traditional Deadpool colors. If you want to go really crazy, you can get one of the other color variants, but I like this pop, and I sort of gravitated to one of those two on the shelf. I went right to this guy because I thought, you know what, this one looks good. I was going back and forth between the swords down and the thumb up, gun down pose. I said, you know what, this is the one to go with. And of course, one thing we always have to talk about is sense of scale. This is a very, very big pop. It dwarfs, it's almost 3 times the size of a standard pop. Of course, we're talking 10-inch to your traditional 3.5-inch pop. And that's why I think this is a very, very good pop if you have space for it. If you're looking to kind of expand your collection with something a little bit different, you want to really stand out on a shelf, absolutely go with something like this. I've talked about other 10-inch pops before. We did, of course, the Hulk and the T-Rex. This is my 3rd 10-inch pop in my collection, and I'm very, very happy to get it into my collection. So all in all, it's definitely a buy in my opinion. Remember to click the like button at the bottom of the page, click the subscribe button. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon to be notified of my latest videos. And of course, last but not least, you click the windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video, and bye-bye.